KP classes, dedicated to excellence.
Hello everyone, this is Monali Mishra from KP classes, and in this video we are basically going to talk about the form filling process for your CPWD Deputy Architect's post. Now there has been a lot of queries recently as to what is the form filling process. There has been a few doubts of different students. A few queries that we even got in the comment section of the video where we were basically talking about the post and the eligibility criteria was that what if I don't have a COA registration number? Now see, first and foremost thing, there are two eligibility criteria which are mandatory for this post. First, you should have a BR degree. Second, you should be registered with the Council of Architect. Now, if you're not registered with the Council of Architect, you're not going to, you basically cannot apply for this particular position. If you haven't yet applied for it, let's say you're a fresh graduate, chances are now that depends. Okay, chances are very low that you're going to get your registration so soon. Like you don't have a lot of days. 27th is the last date of form filling. Still, you can go to the India Habitat Center. You can go to the COA office. You can submit your professional degree and all the mark sheets and everything. You can hope to get the registration number before that, but that depends on the process, how much it takes. As far as I'm aware, it does take a little bit of time and cannot be completed in like 10-15 days. Still, if you feel like giving a shot, you can definitely go submit your details and try to get it fulfilled. Now, if you do email, like if you're not living in Delhi, if you email them all the details, might take a lot of time. Okay, so try to visit the office and see, like if possible, if you can get the registration done, you can get. Otherwise, there is no other alternative. You have to be registered with a COA. Okay. Now, there has been a lot of queries as to how to fill the form, what is the process, all of these things. So what we have done is we have this particular video we're going to talk about in detail, step by step, the form filling process. Okay. Now, first and the foremost thing that you have to keep in mind is basically the website. Now, this website is also mentioned in your official notification. The website is upsconline.nic.in. upsconline.nic.in. You have to go to this website, and this website is also mentioned in your official notification. You can click on the link in the official notification. You'll be redirected to this particular website. You have to go to this website, and there are multiple options basically. Now UPSC conducts various kind of examinations, so there are multiple, like for civil services and all. You have to focus on this particular option, that is online recruitment application for various recruitment posts. Okay, so we are basically filling the online recruitment application. You have to click on this particular link. Once you click on this particular link, you'll be redirected to this page in which you have multiple positions for which examinations are being held. Okay, now our focus is your deputy architect's position, and here you see apply now. This link is there, so you have to click on the apply now button. Once you click on the apply now button, you'll be redirected to a page, basically a page of your general important instructions which are there. You can read through this instruction. This is like the form filling instruction. Read through this instruction, and on the bottom you see there will be like a previous and a next kind of a button. So you have to click this next button. Okay. Again, when you click the next button, you go to the second page. Again, similarly, you have important notes like what are the things which are relevant. All of these things are there. Go through this. This is an important note, so you should read this. Again, you have this next button. Click on this next button. When you click on this next button, you'll be redirected to a terms and conditions page. Okay. Now, there are certain terms and conditions, and there is a box at the bottom of the page, basically declaration that I hereby agree by the terms and conditions. You have to click this particular box. Once you click this particular box, you have to then click on this green button, this proceed button. Okay. Once you proceed, the next page which opens up is the registration page. Okay. Now, if you have ever filled a form with UPSC before this, you will be already registered. But if you have never filled up a form with UPSC, then you have to do the new registration. Okay. Let's say there was another position for your assistant architect post which was released in 2022. If you have filled up that form, then you are already registered. You don't have to do the registration process. You will have the registration ID and you will have the password. If you don't remember the registration ID, you must have taken out a printout of that application form, and that registration ID is present. Okay, so that registration ID and then password you have to input. You can log in. But if you are not registered, then you have to click on this new registration button. Once you click on this new registration button, this basically, again this particular portal opens up. Okay, this particular page opens up. You have to input basic details which are required for registration. For example, your name, your father's name, mother's name, gender, community, date of birth, place of birth, nationality, mobile number, email address, all of these things. Make sure that you have a proper email address and a phone, because all the communications are made through the email address and your contact number. Okay. Once you're done with the registration, you're basically going to save and continue, and your registration will be completed. Then they will be sending you a registration ID along with that, and you can basically log in again. Okay. Once you log into it, what will happen? Your form filling process will start. Okay, previous one was the registration process. Once your registration is done, what will happen? Again, you can your registration ID will be given to you along with the password. You have to enter that registration ID, password, and you can log in. Once you will log in, you will see that the form filling process for the deputy architect. You will have a particular, apply now deputy architect. You have already selected that. So your form filling process will start. The first step is basically adding your professional registration. That is your COA registration, which is very important in this particular aspect. So you have to add your registration, like for example, what type of registration you have, you're registered with which department, registration number, you have to import date of registration, like when did you get registered, all of those things. What kind of membership do you have? Do you have a one-time payment? So there is a one-time payment system in COA also, and there's a renewal system. That means every year paying some amount. So if you're doing a renewal system, that means every year payment is paid. You will do the renewal, or else you will do the initial one. Okay. Then what kind of it's valid up to which duration, like is it a time based, like for example if you have a renewable option, then it is a 1 year period. Okay, so is it a time based one, or is it a lifetime one? If your is lifetime, then it is fine, then done and dusted. If it is time based, then you have to input like from when to when is your current registration valid, and currently your registration should be valid. So if your registration is not valid, please go on the CA website, make the payment, and make sure that your status active is being shown there. Okay, and then what you have to do is you have to snip off that particular page, and you also have gotten, you must have gotten a registration certificate when you registered with COA. So merge both of those documents and upload your PDF in this particular area. Okay. Once this is done, what you will do is you will add this. You'll click on this particular button, and then this particular detail will be added into a table kind of a format. Okay. It will be added into a table kind of a format. Now you can again add more, registrations if you have. Let's say if you are registered with some other IIA or some other, like for example, if you are a planner also, then you must be registered with your ITPI as well. So please input your ITPI registration as well. Now I am aware that this is not a planning exam and this is an architecture exam. They are not asking for ITPI registration, but as much as you have, please upload all the details, no matter how irrelevant it is. Upload all the registration. If you are registered with any municipal corporation specifically, or if with ITPI, please upload all of those things, because those will be considered, if they may be considered. Okay, not will be considered, but they may be considered. So upload all the details, and you can upload multiple registrations. Once you're done with this, you can basically save and continue. And when you save and continue, we come to the next part, which is basically filling up a few more details. Now the name, date of birth, place, all of these things you have already filled up, so they will show it here. So please, cross check your name, spelling, and all of those things. Even when you're registering, please make sure that you cross check all the spelling of your name, your father's name, everything, and make sure that is in accordance with your class 10 or your matriculation certificate. Okay, otherwise there will be problems in your document verification. Similarly, date of birth also, please make sure that it is same as your matriculation certificate. Okay. Now you have to fill up a few more a few more details, like for example, any kind of supporting certificates, ID card, all of these things. What kind of ID card? You have multiple options, whether it is PAN, driving license, voter ID card, Aadhaar card, and you have to input the number. Okay. And then you have to basically, whether you belong to any minority community, what is your marital status, all of these things. You have to write a few. You have to write a few sentences about your hobbies and extracurricular activities. So please make sure you write this beforehand on a Word, type it out, and then you can copy and paste. Don't try to write it here, otherwise there will be a timeout. Okay, there's a time. It's a time-based filling system. If you don't complete, it will keep on getting timed out. So type it out on a Word document or wherever you feel like, and then copy paste it here. Around 350, 350 words ka, there is a, approximate 5-6 sentences will suffice about your hobbies, extracurricular activities, what you are interested in. Make sure you write it up. And then you have to upload your identity card and your birth certificate. So for birth certificate, you can upload if you place your cursor on this blue link, or if you click on this blue link, they will give you details of the multiple documents that are accepted as a birth certificate proof. Now you can have a birth certificate, or you can have class 10 mark sheet or class 10 certificate, all of those things. And if your date of birth is not mentioned in class 10 certificate or mark sheet, then you can basically also have the transfer certificate. Okay, like for example, in certain boards like Tamil Nadu and Kerala boards, the date of birth is not mentioned in the mark sheet and certificate. So if it is not mentioned in that, you can also use the transfer certificate. That is also allowed. Okay. Then again, once you're done filling this, please cross check you're filling it correctly. Again, save and continue. Okay. Next, you have to fill up the permanent address, whatever your address is, and then you have to say whether your permanent address is same as the mailing address or not. If it is same, you can say yes. If it is not, then you have to upload your mailing address. Once you're done with this, again save and continue, move to the next part. Next, basically, you'll be asked, do you want to claim an age relaxation? As you know, the upper age limit is 35 years. Now, there are multiple age relaxation based on different criteria, like based on the caste system, based on your, let's say, marital status, all of those things. You can go and check out the official notification to get an idea of whether you can receive a age relaxation or not. But if you're below the age of 35, that is fine. Okay. Above the age of 35, for that, if you want to seek age relaxation, you will say yes, or else you will have to say no. Okay, again save and continue, same thing, move to the next part. Here comes your qualification, which is very important. Okay, please listen to this part very carefully. Now first, which you have to fill, the first tab which you have to fill is the qualification type. When you click on this button here, on this drop down button here, you will see there are two options, essential and additional. You have to first click the essential. Essential means basically the basic educational requirement. Now for this, the basic educational requirement is what? BR. Okay, or degree in architecture basically. So you have to click that essential first. Okay, then you can click on the degree option, and then for the these are already there, you only have one option, so degree will come. For your subject, you only have one option, architecture will come. Then for your medium of study, English, Hindi, whatever your medium of studies. For your qualification level, now there are different degrees, basically different your degrees, like BE is there, BTech is there, but BArch is not there. So what you will do is you will select graduation there. Okay, in that particular field you will see graduation is at the end of it. So you will select the graduation option. In your qualification level may you have to select graduation. Apart from this, qualification type may you have to select essential. Degree may there is only one option, degree, that will come. Subject may also there is only one option, architecture. But in qualification level, that means whether it is graduation level or it's a diploma level, you have to select graduation, because BR option is not there. Okay. Then when you select graduation, after that specialization, it's not applicable, it's not there. University, you can select whatever university you have. A set of names are there. If your university is in that particular set, you can select that, or else you can select the other option and input your university name, college name. Then duration, like from when to when. Like if it is a BR degree, it is a 5-year duration. You have to input that. Okay. Then you have date of notification of the result. That means when did your result come out. So in your result only you will have your bachelor's result only. You will have bachelor's or diploma, whatever it is. Your bachelor's result only. You will have your date of issue. Date of issue will be there. Input that. Then you have to basically input the division, result type, CGP, all of those things, and you have to upload the documents. That is, you have to upload the degree and you have to upload the mark sheet. Both of these you have to upload. Make sure you upload it properly. Okay. One point is, if you are a Bachelor of Architecture student, then you have to select graduation. If you have done diploma, please, there are other options. You can select diploma in architecture also. But since BArch option is not there, that is why I clearly mentioned, for those of you who are bachelors in architecture, you have to select the graduation for your qualification level. So fine. I hope this is clear. Once you have filled up all of these things, you are going to basically click on save, and then all the data will be added in form of a table. Right? On the top it will be added in form of a table, and then you'll have another, basically there will be an option called add in that. Okay, there will be an option called add, ADD. Now If you only have one degree, then it is fine. But if you have, if you have higher education qualification, then you please input all the education qualification that you have. If you have done diploma, if you've done masters, whatever you've done, please input. Click on the add button. Again, the similar form will open up. And then here, then in the next one, you have to select additional. Essential is what? Essential is a basic requirement. But after, once you have filled up the essential, the next जो भी part है, that will be basically your additional qualification. So you have to click in your qualification type, you have to click additional, and then rest you can fill in. That, let's say in additional you have masters in planning, let's say MPlan. So you can fill in post graduation degree, and then you can fill in your masters, whatever planning, if you have MPlan, whichever college you have done from, all of those you can fill it up. Again, same things, duration and everything will be there. You have to upload your degrees and all. How many, no matter how much education qualification you have, please input all of those things, because these will be utilized. If there are a lot of forms received, then your additional qualification will be utilized as a means of shortlisting. So do not think that I have uploaded BIA, so that will be sufficient. No, whatever additional qualification you have and whatsoever field, planning, or anything else, MBA or anything else, or any BTech course, please, or any MTech course, please fill that up. Okay. Once you're done with the save and continue, and the next option that we get is to select the center. Okay. So first preference, you have multiple cities, you can select first preference and you can select the second preference. Make sure you do this carefully, because center changing option won't be there. Okay. Whatever is convenient for you, select that. Then again, save and continue. We'll move to the next part. Next part is what you have to upload your photo and your specimen signature. So make sure photo is clear. There are certain set rules for uploading photo for your UPSC. You have to have a white background. Your hair should be tucked in. So read all those multiple things. And there is a size limit also, like uh, above 20K to 100. There's a particular limit. Please look into that. What is the limit? And there is a pixel size also, 350 to 350 by 350 pixel size is the minimum, and maximum is 1000 by 1000 pixel size. So whatever that is, based on that, you have to upload the photo document and the specimen signature. Okay. Once you're done with it, again save and continue and move on to the next part. That is your basically whether you are registered as an architect with the Council of Architecture or not. This is because this is a mandatory requirement. If you are, you'll select yes, or else you'll select no. And please provide any kind of requisite information as you feel necessary. So if you have any information that you want to provide, you can fill that up. Again, save and continue, and next, now you have to fill. Now see, once you save and continue, they will say that click on the experience icon. Here there is an icon called, this icon you see, experience. They will say click on the experience to fill in any kind of work experience if you have. If you have any kind of work experience, no matter how short that is, please input that. Okay. You see here, once you click on that, there will be a question: do you have any kind of work experience? You have to select yes, and then the work experience, an entire table will open up in which you have to input your work experience from when to when you have worked. Please input all the work experience, small, short duration, long duration, part-time, full-time, whatever you have. Please input all the work experience, because when shortlisting will be done, this may also be utilized as a criteria for the shortlisting. So please make sure you do that properly. Okay. Once you have done, save and continue. And then now you have basically done with the form filling. They'll ask you to do a preview. Please preview the form, look through all the details properly, look through all the CGPA percentages that you have entered properly. And then once you're done with this, you can click on the submit button. Once the submit button will be done, an application number will be generated. Please make sure you take that application number down. And please print out your application, because there's a last date of application printing also. So as soon as you fill up the form, get a printout, save it on your desktop or laptop, wherever you have one. This is basically how the entire process will be taking place. Okay. So with this, your form filling process will be finished. So I hope all your doubts have been catered to in this video. If you still have any other doubts, if you feel like any specific query, you can definitely get in touch with our counselors. The numbers will be provided in the description box below. You can get in touch with the counselors, or you can also put down your queries in the comment box below. Thank you very much.